My friends, wealth doesn't just show up, it's invited. You've got to attract success, not chase it. That's one of the most important lessons I learned during the darkest chapters of my life, when I was broke, busted, and completely disgusted with the person I had become. I remember sitting on a park bench looking at others who seemed to have it all and wondering, when will it be my turn? But life has a funny way of teaching you that the universe isn't a vending machine. You can't just press buttons and expect things to fall into place. I realized I was asking the wrong question. Instead of asking, when is it going to happen for me? I should have been asking, who must I become for it to happen? That shift in thinking changed everything. Life doesn't respond to our hopes, it responds to our identity. You don't get in life what you want, you get who you are. So if you want more, you've got to become more. That's where transformation begins. Not in your wallet, or not in your bank account, but in your mindset, your character, your habits, and the way you show up to life every single day. So today I want to give you 6 incredibly powerful habits. And yes, these habits can absolutely change your life overnight. But only if you begin now. Not next week. Not next month. Not after I feel ready. Now. Because if you don't move now, chances are you never will. Habit number 1. Decide exactly what you want. Sounds simple, doesn't it? And yet, it's the very thing that separates those who drift from those who dominate. Most people live their lives like a boat without a rudder, going wherever the current takes them. They respond to life rather than directing it. But you were never meant to drift. You were meant to design. Clarity is the starting point of all achievement. Without a clear and definite goal, your energy gets scattered. Your actions become vague, your focus weak, and your progress non-existent. I want to be rich, or I want to be successful are not goals, they're fantasies. A real goal is specific, measurable, and time-bound. A real goal sounds like this: I will earn $10,000 per month through my online business by December 31st. That level of clarity does something magical. It wakes up the subconscious mind and says, let's go to work. You begin to notice resources, people, opportunities that were invisible to you before. Your energy aligns. Your actions become intentional. Decision is power, especially when backed by emotion. The moment you truly decide is the moment the entire universe begins to reorganize itself around your intention. It's like flipping a spiritual switch from idle to ignition. Decide clearly, decisively, and emotionally, and you'll be surprised how fast your external world starts moving in the direction of your internal commitment. Or habit number 2. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. This right here is a game changer. Your job will make you a living, and that's fine for survival. But working on yourself, that's how you build a fortune. That's how you transform your identity and break out of the cage that most people live in. The income you receive will never outgrow your personal development. If you want more income, become more valuable. Feed your mind daily. Read books that expand your thinking. Listen to audios that ignite your spirit. Study people who've gone where you want to go. Take notes, journal your insights, track your growth. I used to carry a little notebook in my pocket. Every time I heard something brilliant, a quote, a strategy, an idea, I wrote it down. Why? Because if you don't write it, you'll forget it. And if you forget what feeds you, you'll stay hungry. Your mind is a garden. If you don't plant flowers, weeds will grow. The old habits, the limiting beliefs, the toxic thinking, they creep in by default. You have to intentionally sow seeds of growth. Every time you read, you're watering your future. Every time you journal, you're tracking the blueprint of your transformation. Working on yourself compounds over time. You won't see results in a day, but give it 90 days, 6 months, a year, and you'll be unrecognizable or become obsessed with growing, because your level of wealth will never exceed your level of self-worth. Habit number 3. Learn to manage your time like a millionaire, not a wanderer. I used to treat time like it was endless. I'd scroll, binge, procrastinate, thinking I could catch up later, but there is no later. There is only now. Time is the only resource you can never get back. Millionaires, billionaires, they know this. That's why they guard their calendars like gold. They don't waste time, they invest it. Every minute matters. Every hour is an opportunity to build, grow, produce, or renew. If you don't value your time, the world won't value it either. Plan your day before it begins. Don't start the day until it's already finished on paper. Or know what your outcomes are. Prioritize needle-moving tasks over busy work. Use your mornings for creativity. That's when your mind is freshest. Use your afternoons for production. And your evenings, use them to reflect, recharge, and re-strategize. This isn't rigidity, it's freedom, because structure is the gateway to real liberation. When your life is designed, you no longer live in reaction. You live on purpose. Start tracking your time like you track your money. Audit where it's going. Are you spending hours on distractions or decades on destiny? Are you reacting to other people's priorities or executing your own? If you want to be wealthy, treat your time like a sacred resource. Because once it's gone forever. Habit number 4. Develop the habit of doing more than you're paid for. This one right here, it changed everything for me. Not overnight, but over time. And that's even more powerful. When I began to give more value than expected, the marketplace started to take notice. People talk. They remember how you made them feel. They remember when you over-delivered. Most people do just enough to get by, just enough to collect a paycheck. But the people who build empires, they go the extra mile. They create excellence where mediocrity is the norm. When you give more, you stand out. You build a reputation, and eventually that reputation starts working for you. People refer you. Opportunities seek you. You no longer chase success, it begins to chase you. But here's the key. Don't give to get. Give to grow. Give because it expands your spirit. Give because it builds your skill set. Ask not, what's in it for me? Ask, how can I serve more people better and with joy? The moment you make that shift, the universe responds. The law of compensation kicks in. You're rewarded in proportion to the value you provide. You want to double your income? Double your contribution. Add more value to more people. That's how wealth is built. Not by shortcuts, but by stacking value day after day. Serve now. The rewards always come, sometimes slowly, but always surely. Habit number 5, surround yourself with people who are better than you. This is what I call the power of association. It's not just motivational fluff, it's real, raw, and life-altering. The people around you shape your standards. They influence your mindset, your habits, your ambition. If you're the smartest person in your circle, your growth is capped. You'll stop reaching, stop stretching. That's why it's vital to intentionally seek out people who challenge you. People who think bigger, move faster, and believe deeper. When I met my mentor, Mr. Shelf, I was 25 and broke. I had nothing but a dream and some change in my pocket. But his mindset, it was worth millions. And just being around that energy, that thinking, forced me to elevate. It rubbed off on me. His words planted seeds in me that are still bearing fruit to this day. Association is more powerful than willpower. Your environment will either stretch you or shrink you. Choose it wisely. Go where the conversations are about ideas, not gossip. Go where people talk about growth, not drama. Join masterminds. Attend events. Invest in relationships that expand your vision. Because over time, you become like the people you consistently associate with. Want to level up? Change your circle. Upgrade your influence and your income, your mindset, and your life will follow. Habit number 6, take bold action before you feel ready. This is where dreams die, at the doorstep of hesitation. Most people wait. They wait for clarity. They wait for certainty. They wait until they feel ready. But the truth, you'll never feel ready. Confidence doesn't precede action. It follows it. You don't get courage and then act. You act and courage shows up in the process. I've watched people sit on ideas for years, waiting for the stars to align. But the stars don't align unless you do. Move now, start the business, make the call, launch the product, send the email, speak the vision, or take the leap, even if your hands are shaking. Because bold action creates momentum, and momentum changes everything. One bold step can lead to opportunities you never imagined. Or one risk can introduce you to the right mentor, the right investor, the right breakthrough. Action cures fear, motion defeats doubt. But indecision, it kills dreams. It suffocates potential. Don't let perfectionism keep you stuck in preparation mode. Done is better than perfect. Progress beats procrastination. Take bold action and watch the universe respond in ways you never could have predicted. One habit I picked up early on was keeping a journal. I wrote down everything. What I learned, who I met, what worked, what didn't, what I was feeling, and even what scared me. At first, it was just a notebook and a pen, but over time, it became something much greater, a mirror for my own growth. Most people live on autopilot. They don't stop to reflect. They go through days, weeks, months, even years repeating the same mistakes, thinking the same thoughts, and wondering why nothing changes. But a journal stops the cycle. It captures insight before it fades. It transforms experience into wisdom. It helps you track patterns, celebrate small wins, and learn from losses. That habit alone, I believe, has made me millions. Not just financially, but in mental clarity and emotional growth. The act of writing slows you down and forces you to think. You don't just react to life, you respond with intention. When I look back at my old journals, I don't just see scribbles, I see growth. I see how far I've come. And it reminds me to stay humble, stay hungry, and keep learning. The pages of your journal become the pages of your success story, one entry at a time. Another habit is teaching others. When you share what you know, you double your learning. Teaching forces clarity. It demands understanding. You can't explain what you don't truly grasp, so in the act of explaining it, you become better. That's why I teach my kids. I teach my friends. I teach my team. Not because I know everything, but because every time I teach, I grow. And here's the magic: when you give your knowledge, your energy, your insight, it doesn't leave you. It expands. Wealth isn't just about accumulation, it's about circulation. Zig Ziglar said it best: you can have everything in life you want if you'll just help enough other people get what they want. You want to get rich? Help others get better. Teach what you've learned. Guide others through what you've overcome. When you lift others, you rise with them. And people remember that. They trust you. They want to work with you. They open doors for you. That's true wealth. The world's most valuable people aren't just experts. They're mentors. They leave a legacy. If you're not teaching, you're hoarding. And hoarding leads to stagnation. Sharing leads to abundance. So the next time you learn something powerful, pass it on. It might be the very thing someone needed to change their life. And in doing so, you'll change yours too. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Without discipline, dreams are just fantasies. Ideas without execution are empty. Discipline is the grind that turns inspiration into transformation. It's what separates the successful from the stuck. Every wealthy person I've ever met, studied, or worked with didn't just get lucky. They built their success on daily, disciplined action. Not once in a while, every day. They don't always feel like it, but they do it anyway. They wake up early, even when they're tired. They read books when others watch TV. They say no to distractions because they've said yes to a bigger vision. They have systems. They have structure. And that structure creates freedom. Most people rely on motivation, but motivation fades. Discipline sustains. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is foundational. Think about it. Every success story is really a story of habits stacked over time through discipline. The gym, the journal, the budget, the to-do list, they're all small acts of discipline that build a big life. You don't need to be extreme, just consistent. One disciplined choice at a time. The richest lives aren't built by accident, they're built by design. And discipline is the blueprint. So if you're serious about success, make discipline your daily companion, not your weekend guest. You don't have to change your life in a year. You can change it in a day. That's the power of a decision. Right now, not tomorrow, not someday. You can decide to shift. You can choose a new direction. Transformation doesn't require permission. It requires commitment. You don't need to know all the steps. Just take the first one. Maybe tonight you sit with a notebook and write your goals for the next 30 days. Maybe you set your alarm for an hour earlier tomorrow. Maybe you pick up that book you've been meaning to read. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It just has to be different. One new habit, consistently practiced, can tilt your whole future. Tiny hinges swing big doors. People think they need to overhaul everything. They don't. They need to start somewhere. Momentum builds. Confidence compounds. And soon, that one habit becomes 2, then 3, then a lifestyle. Don't underestimate the power of one new habit. That's how you rewrite your story, not in one giant leap, but in thousands of small decisions starting today. Success isn't waiting for you next year. It's waiting for you to begin right now. Let me warn you, though, the old habits will try to pull you back. They're comfortable, familiar. They whisper, just one day off or you'll start again next week. That voice, it's the resistance, and it shows up stronger the closer you get to change. But here's the truth. Every time you push past that voice, you build strength. You prove to yourself that you're in control. You create a new standard. Yes, you'll stumble. Or yes, there will be days when you slip. But don't quit. Get back up. Recommit. The difference between winners and losers isn't that winners never fail. It's that they keep going. The real battle is internal. The battlefield is your mind. And every time you override an old habit with a new one, you win. Over time, those small wins become your identity. You begin to see yourself differently. You become someone who follows through, someone who finishes, someone who shows up. That's where confidence is born, not in thinking about success, but in doing the hard things again and again. The key is to stay in the game, keep moving, keep choosing the new you over the old you, because eventually the new habit becomes who you are. And the old habits, they lose their grip. That's how you build lasting wealth. One choice, one win, one day at a time. People often ask me, what if I try these and nothing changes? And I tell them the same thing every time. You don't plant a seed and dig it up every hour to see if it's growing. You trust the process. You trust the planting. Growth is invisible at first. That's why most people give up, because they don't see immediate results. But just because it's not visible doesn't mean it's not happening. Your mind is changing. Your energy is shifting. Your future is forming beneath the surface. The results always come. They just come last. First comes the decision, then the discipline, then the delay, and finally the reward. The seed becomes a tree and the tree bears fruit, but it takes time. The key is to stay consistent when it feels like nothing's working. That's where transformation happens, in the quiet, in the waiting, in the repetition. Keep showing up, keep stacking habits, keep feeding your mind, or keep watering the seed. And one day you'll look up and realize you've changed, or your results have changed, your life has changed, not because of luck, but because you didn't quit. That's the secret. It's not instant, but it's inevitable if you keep going. If you change, everything will change for you. Don't wish for fewer problems, wish for more skills. Problems aren't the enemy, they're the invitation to grow. Every challenge is a test asking, are you ready for the next level? And you don't level up by avoiding hard things. You grow by becoming someone who can handle them. That's the mindset shift. You don't wait for opportunity, you prepare for it. And preparation begins with habit. Maybe tonight you journal. Maybe you write your 90-day goals. Maybe you review your progress weekly. These habits aren't trivial, they're transformational. Start small. Stay consistent. Stack one habit on top of another like bricks. Eventually, you'll build a fortress of strength, clarity, and discipline. And the storms of life, they won't shake you anymore. That's power. That's wealth. Not just in your bank account, but in your identity. That's the true reward. Becoming the kind of person who doesn't just survive, but thrives. Don't wait. Start now. In closing, remember this. Success is not something you pursue, it's something you attract by the person you become. You don't chase wealth, you become worthy of it. And worthiness is earned through habits, through choices, through character. You can't shortcut your way to success, but you can show up every day and build it piece by piece. You want more money? Become more valuable. You want a better life? Become a better version of yourself. That begins with your habits. They shape your days shape your life, and your life shapes your destiny. So choose wisely, choose intentionally, choose now. Don't wait for a new year or a sign from the universe. This is your sign, or this is your moment. While others are still doubting, still waiting, still talking, you're acting, you're stacking habits, you're growing, and one day you'll look back and say, that was the moment everything changed. Because you didn't wait. You started